Good morning. Welcome to my channel, The Thinking Person's Guide to Life, etc. Today I want to talk a little bit about my retirement journey. And the title of this video is Practice for Retirement. That is a phrase I have used over the years with many of my clients when they're working, because I've often found that a lot of my clients, they don't really have any hobbies. They don't have any recreational pursuits that they engage in. And I think for good mental health, that's actually something that we need. And it's especially true when you go into retirement. You know, we spend 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day doing our jobs and going home, taking care of our families, our children, our spouses. But what do we do to take care of ourselves emotionally and give ourselves, you know, the gift of recreation, of a hobby? And so I really believe it's important that we do practice for retirement, so that when we get into retirement, we actually have things to do, things that are purposeful and meaningful. Now, for me, the focus of my retirement videos are coming from a person who is doing a semi-retirement thing. There's a lot of good videos out there, people who are fully retired. They're talking about what that's like. But for me, I've decided, you know, I'm going to do a semi-retirement thing, mostly because I really enjoy the work that I do. I enjoy seeing the clients that I see. I really have always enjoyed this line of work. I've done it for a long time. A lot of therapists don't last as long as I've lasted. I'm coming up on 39 years. And what I want to do is I want to get to 40 years. Well, why 40 years? Well, it's a round number. The number 40 is used in the Bible an awful lot, and typically when that's used, it's usually, you know, what it means is a long time. It doesn't necessarily mean exactly 40 years, but it means a long time. But I want to be able to say that I've done this at least 40 years. Actually, I intend to do it beyond 40 years. But starting this year, what I've done is I've decided, you know what? I'm going to be semi-retired. And for me, what that means is that I'm working 1 day a week where I see clients. And for me, that day is Monday. Rest of the world gets up and goes to work on Monday morning. I figure, well, why shouldn't I? I'll do that. And then I spend the rest of my week keeping an eye on my business, because I have to return phone calls and do things like that. But I do a lot of other kinds of things. I've got the rest of the week to look forward to, of just doing stuff that I want to do. And right now, one of the things I've been doing, and I really try to give myself some time every day doing this, is playing the piano. I've played my whole life, not very well. But that's something I want to focus on. I want to, and the past few years, I've actually been trying to learn the theory behind playing jazz, so that I can sit down with a lead sheet out of a fake book. Any of you, if you're musicians, you'll know what that is, where you just get the chords and the melody, and you got to make up the rest of it and fill in the harmonies and the rhythms and all that kind of thing. that gives me endless hours of joy working at that. It also gives me endless hours of frustration too sometimes, but that's something I've really been enjoying doing. I spend usually in the morning. I'll give myself about an hour sitting at the piano. Another thing that I've been doing, which is I think really important to do, is starting to pay a little bit more attention to my health. Trying to walk every day. Now, I was walking on the treadmill for about 40 minutes a day. However, I ended up having a little bit of a problem with my left foot, the heel in particular. I don't know if I got a bruise down there, a bone spur, I don't know what it is, but it was causing me a little bit of pain. So I had to kind of lay off the treadmill for a little bit. I got some inserts for my shoes that seems to be helping a little bit. But, walking is really important. And I find, because honestly, I must admit this, one of the things I'm a bit of a news junkie. And I will sit at home and I will put the news on and I'll start watching it. And next thing you know, an hour's gone by and I've been sitting in the chair, and that's not a good thing to do. So what I've been doing is, if I'm going to watch the news, I'm going to be on the treadmill. And that seems to work out, because that's the time I get to watch my news, and I get some exercise while I'm doing it. I'm also, on Tuesdays, I go out to lunch with a group of guys I know. I'm a Mason, a Freemason. All these guys that I go to lunch with, they're Freemasons. That's a regular thing that we do every Tuesday. I've just started going to those lunches. Gives me something to look forward to, gives some structure to the week. And that's another way that I'm kind of practicing for my retirement. I also am looking forward to the summer's coming. We're now at the end of February. It's getting to March. And I like to play golf. Again, like the piano, I'm not very good at golf, but I love being on the golf course. I love swinging the club. I love losing the golf balls. Well, not so much. It happens. If you're going to play golf, you're going to lose golf balls. But I like being out there walking, getting some fresh air, having a good time. And a round of golf will, basically take about 4 hours of the day. So it's a pretty big commitment in time, but very enjoyable, and something I'm looking forward to doing more this summer than I was able to do last year, because now I'm going into this semi-retirement. So I also do some photography, and I'm looking forward to doing some more of that. I like to do landscape photography. I've thought about trying to get into street photography, but for now, the landscape photography is what I've done. And, I'm looking forward to doing some more of that. That's another thing that I will do to practice for my retirement. Anyways, those are some thoughts about retirement, my semi-retirement. And, I'd be really curious to know, if you're watching this video and you've stayed this long, what do you do for retirement? How are you practicing for retirement? Leave a comment down in the comments section. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Your suggestions, your ideas of things to do in retirement. And, if you wouldn't mind, I'd also appreciate if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. and subscribe. This is another one of the things that I'm doing in my practice for retirement is making these videos and kind of doing this vlog thing. So leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up. Appreciate your time for watching. Have a nice day.